Hey, now you checked out the second half.
He can do some damage. I'll tell you what, you can set your watch to every time I come to South Florida, 4 o'clock, it's gonna rain. You can set your watch by it.
Yeah. Well, it's dumping loads of rain onto the field now. And just remember a couple of years ago when Jackson State and Florida A&M were playing in this game, there was all types of weather and a monsoon that soaked the field, but the game went on. That's what you come to.
He made an attempt to field the ball, but just couldn't. And the ball ended up rolling out of bounds around the 3-yard line.
Hey, if you're in here, share this. Let people be able to watch it. That referee's a joke.
On the kicking team. Ball be placed on the 35-yard line. First down.
They're going to say he did not touch it. And so instead, the ball will be placed on the 35-yard line. And Trey Oliver is trying to plead his case.
I thought he absolutely came up and tried to field this ball. I mean, gets a running start, and I thought he was going to be in trouble. I said, this is going to be hard to field.
He did touch it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Timeout. North Carolina Central.
And North Carolina Central spins a timeout.
And I think, they want them to review that and absolutely close ball game, get the call right. We saw that he came up to try to catch the football. He definitely tapped the football. It's not a penalty on the kicking team.
So he touches it right there off of his fingertips. The other angle we saw was even more clear. It was around the 11-yard line.
Right
Here's another look.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they'll be able to figure this out. I just think for the sake of letting the game play out, overturn that call, that penalty.
Well, coming into the season opener for Alabama State, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast the preseason favorites out of the SWAC East, year 3 under head coach Eddie Robinson Jr. And this is a group that has said, hey, look, we didn't necessarily pay attention to any of the preseason polls. This is what we've wanted since taking over. And I think Preston Clipper is going to go over and review this one. I believe they're looking at it now. The replay official up in the booth, Brian Jones.
Maybe for both teams, the one good thing that comes out of this delay of non-football, rain's lightened up a little bit. so maybe they'll come out and be able to play the second half with not so much having to deal with the elements.
After further review, the ball was touched by the receiving team. The ball will be placed on the 4-yard line. First down, Alabama State.
They said they're going to place the ball on the 4-yard line.
North Carolina Central will not be charged in timeout for their challenge.
So may not be the result you wanted. You're Alabama State, however, I mean, we saw it. That's what I'm always big on.
Hey, I'm going to the store.
Today,
I'm going to get me some damn more
get it right, because these kids and these coaches work so hard
screen on.
that if you can take some human error out of the game, then I'm all for it.
We talked about the points of clarification. I want to go back and clarify something I said earlier in terms of the technology. There is no device in the helmets for the quarterbacks to here at the FCS level, only at the FBS level. However, the integration of technology does remain with the tablets that are being used on the sidelines for the coaches.
Delay in the game. We have a lightning strike in the area. We have a delay in the
So
game.
Preston Clipper announcing inside the stadium that a lightning strike has occurred within 8 miles of the stadium, and by rule, they have to get off the field and retreat to the locker room for at least 30 minutes. There is a system that is moving through this area, so at least for now, a weather delay of 30 minutes here from the Denny's Orange Blossom Classic. Well, Jay, this is not necessarily what you want, but something that as a coach or a player, you come in expecting some of this. In terms of now, what do the coaches and the players discuss during this at least 30-minute break? What are you talking about?
The same thing you talked about at halftime. Now, the good thing about it is you didn't get into play. Now, you would have hated you got 5-6 minutes in the play, maybe a drive is starting. We haven't had any plays yet this second half, so that's the fortunate thing about it. You're a Florida girl. So you're used to this.
Yep.
You're used to this rain in Florida all the time. The teams traveling here didn't expect that. They thought it was all sunshine and going to be a great time. Mother Nature's going to play a factor in this game.
Well, let's look at the first half stats as we have an opportunity to catch you up on how we got here. The highlights from that first half: Jamari Taylor on the opening drive for North Carolina Central got into the end zone not once but twice this afternoon. Then Cole Jones, the pick six that put the Eagles up 21-0. How about A.J. Gates Jr., the speedy back? The kickoff return for a touchdown, and Andrew Body with 38 yards out creates on his own. So both teams throwing jabs and then big blows at the same time. And that's how we get to this 21-14 score. Just remind you of our first half stats: 182 yards total for North Carolina Central. Most of the damage done on the ground for Alabama State with 114 rushing yards. And the two quarterback system we just talked about has been effective. But then Walker Harris filling in those shoes of Davius Richard, the great North Carolina Central Eagle. What have you thought about the Eagles' offense?
I think they look really good at times, but then he's going to have to complete some more passes. He got off to that hot start, so that hot start has to be there. One thing I'm learning about Walker Harris is he's a rhythm passer. He's got good rhythm. But can he change it up when the DJ scratches and changes the beat? And he's having trouble right now. You talk about Alabama State defensively, they hit him with a little scratch. They changed the beat, and he didn't catch on to it. When you got a rhythm passer, you got to keep your rhythm.
You want to keep spinning those records. Yeah, Jay Walker on the ones and twos. Meanwhile, for Alabama State, do you feel like they're going to settle on one quarterback over the other? Is it going to be Jonah O'Brien, or is it going to be Andrew Body?
Well, they wanted to go with O'Brien to have that rhythm in the passing game. They're not really able to throw the football. Their offensive line's not doing a good job protecting it all. They're fortunate. Without Andrew Body playing in this game, they're down by a lot. They're losing by 14. Fantastic individual efforts. When the play broke down, he was able to run and create positive yardage, including that touchdown run. You can't have a game plan for success living and dying by the sword like that. So you have to have that offensive line, got to toughen it up a little bit, and you got to spread out the field and say, Andrew Body, go out there and create some plays to win this football game.
All right, so we are in a weather delay here from Miami Gardens, Florida, as there's going to be more to come. We're going to step aside for the time being. North Carolina Central on top, 21-14. Hey, coming up after the break, we'll join in with college football final. We'll take it away from here.
We begin with a fantastic finish. Week 1 of college football final. Abilene Christian, Texas Tech. First drive of overtime. Texas Tech with the ball. Baron Morton to Caleb Douglas. 14-yard touchdown. Texas Tech takes the lead.
Unbelievable back and forth. Texas Tech had 539 yards of offense. Abilene Christian, 615.
Maverick McIver to Isaiah Johnson for 10 yards. Gentlemen, tackled at the 1. Next play, Isaiah Johnson in for the touchdown. Do we go for 2?
Absolutely.
Do we go for 2? Let's go for 2.
Get away on the road. Here we go.
Throw it. Throw it.
Look at the guy in the back of the end zone, all by himself.
52-51, Texas Tech survives. From a fantastic finish to a brilliant Bronco, Ashton Jeanty, 77 yards for the touchdown. That was just the beginning of what was going to be an absolute heroic day for Jeanty. Boise State up 7-0. Strike a pose.
Here's the entire highlight.
That's it.
Just give it to him again.
Well,
That's a long one. Let's see.
26 yards. Jeanty.
That's immediate. This looks like, look at, where's the tackle?
He's loaded.
Where is the tackle?
How about those receivers blocking down?
26-yard touchdown. You guys got that? That's another one.
Yeah.
The dances keep going. This one's kind of lazy.
He's gonna run out of dances.
Hope he had his whole catalog ready. Third of the game. Then 5 yards. 28-9 Boise State.
That's 4.
This game actually got interesting. They were trailing 30-28, so they need to give it to JT again for the touchdown. Are you keeping track?
He's not even dancing anymore.
No, he's like, no, I can't dance anymore. This one long, 75-yard touchdown, his 6th touchdown of the day. Boise State up 42-37. JT finishes with 267 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns for Boise State. His 267 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns are both the most in a single game in program history. I will spoil the suspense. He will be getting a helmet sticker at the end of the show. Hi, hello. Did you miss us? We missed you. Week 1 college football final. Dan Mullen, Joey Galloway, Matt Berry. We had a solid slate, gentlemen, of big-time games in Week 1 on a college football Saturday, but perhaps the biggest went down in the great state of Texas. College Station and Notre Dame. The big story, Mike Elko, first-year head coach at Texas A&M, faced his former quarterback, Riley Leonard, now the quarterback at Notre Dame. But Connor Wigman, he struggled.
He was 12 of 13 for 100 yards, 2 interceptions. Did not look comfortable in this game.
Would lead to a field goal, 6-6, and then Wegman again picked off by Xavier Watts.
Yeah, we were expecting so much out of Wegman. Only played 4 games. They were wondering, he's got to be the answer moving forward. There's a lot more questions than answers.
Midway through the third quarter, Joey, we didn't have a touchdown, and then we finally get one from Jadarian Price.
And this is when Notre Dame started to get their confidence in their run game. Their offensive line started to dominate, and now we have touchdowns coming.
Up 13-6, end the third quarter. This was almost huge.
Would have been a game-changing play right there. They needed it. The offense struggling so much. You're hoping for your defense to make a big play. Inches away.
Couldn't come up with it. Fourth quarter, though, A&M strings together a drive. Le'Veon Moss for the touchdown, ties it up at 13.
Yeah, big run. Even though they only had 246 yards of offense on the day, they tied up late in the fourth quarter.
So under 5 minutes left in the game. Here's Riley Leonard's early moment to Bo Collins. What a grab.
What a grab. But what is that? Should be 15 yards. This is a terrific catch. That went back, looked at it. He got the foot down, controlled the ball. Huge first down.
Then Jeremiah Love puts it on ice. Notre Dame, third straight AP-ranked win by 10-plus points. What a game for Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame.
Oh, we knew it was going to be a 4-quarter game. Just had to keep playing. This is a really good football team we just faced. Well coached, they're tough. But I'm so proud of our guys and our coaching staff, our strength staff. Our guys were healthy. There weren't a lot of cramping. Like, our guys were ready to go, and they believed. I knew this game was going to come to the fourth quarter, and I'm proud of our guys and where they executed.
You know, Notre Dame struggled to get the ground game working early, heading into the half with just 65 yards, including 7 yards after contact. Irish regrouped, dominated on the ground in the second half. A pair of touchdowns, 133 yards, including 85 yards after contact. You looked at this both ways. Notre Dame, a big win on the road. Coach, I'm going to start with you. You're the quarterback guy. Connor Wegman was a highly recruited kid coming out of high school, and he needs to be the guy for Texas A&M, and Saturday night he wasn't.
Yeah, there were a lot of expectations. Last year, he got injured. They thought, we have a great future in Connor Wegman. He's hurt, but he's back this year. And he did not look comfortable all night. And listen, Notre Dame has a great secondary, excellent players. But if you look, these throws right here, it's not, he has a clean pocket, step up in the pocket. He's inaccurate with the throws, overthrowing, underthrowing, throws behind receivers. it wasn't just pressure on him. He did not perform at the level they're going to need him to perform moving forward to have any chance to be successful this year.
And Notre Dame brought a good defense. This is a defensive battle, as we showed you. Midway through the third quarter, it was 6-6. But now, Joey, Notre Dame comes in, does just enough to get the win on the road. With their schedule, they've set themselves up pretty nice.
So it's going to get interesting because there's going to be some really good teams that are going to take some losses in this season. Notre Dame's schedule is fairly weak. They do have Florida State later on. We don't know exactly what Florida State is. So when you look at this schedule, there's Florida State, which is ranked, USC, which is ranked. And so everyone's looking at this Texas A&M game saying if they win this one, they have a chance to run this entire schedule. And so as we move to 12 teams in this playoff, during the course of a year, we might get 2 lost teams get into the playoffs.
With that schedule,
and Notre Dame is now in a position to continually move up simply because really good teams are going to lose because they are playing against really good football teams. With that schedule, Notre Dame needed this win, and all of a sudden it looks really good.
But it's scheduled. They can't afford too many mishaps. And by the way, at the end of Sunday night, if USC loses to LSU, they're not going to be ranked, so the schedule's going to be fluid.
But they can afford one miss, I think.
One. I think
even with
one.
that, and is there 2 losses on that schedule?
This was certainly big for them to go in the season opener Saturday night at Texas A&M. The other big one, it's an SEC, ACC. Both teams separated from Atlanta about 75 miles. Clemson and Georgia, Kirby Smart. He's got that thing going. They lose a ton of players to the NFL, same as it ever was. Kirby, Dabo, 2 of 3 active FBS coaches who won a national title. Here, Carson Beck to Arian Smith, gain of 32.
And you can see this game was 6-0 at the half.
It wasn't
so neither
pretty.
of these teams looked great. Georgia's defense looked really good. Second half, here comes Georgia.
Beck, Colby Young, finally a touchdown in this game as well.
Yeah, and you just see the confidence Carson Beck has. There's no panic. They play great defense. Great back shoulder throw into the court in the end zone. A little fade route locks him up, and the location is perfect on the throw.
Beck coming into the season by most rankings, the top quarterback in this year's draft class. Ton of football left, but then Beck over the middle. We've got Lad McConkey starter kits everywhere. London Humphreys, gain of 23.
Look, there's not a lot of pressure on this Georgia offense when their defense plays the way they play. They only gave up 3 points to the 14th best team in the country. So it lets their offense relax. They don't have to take chances. They can keep running the ball. They have Beck. They're in a really good position.
Nate Frazier would score the touchdown, and then just things went bad to worse. You talked about the defense. Cade Klubnik just wasn't effective. 188 total yards of offense. Now back to Humphreys for the touchdown.
Yeah, a whole new group of skill players here at Georgia for their quarterback, Carson Beck, but 9 different receivers caught passes
Humphreys,
today.
63 yards of the touchdown. Georgia's starting to walk away with it. And
And that's a play. That is really good coverage and a really good catch. Now look, Georgia's a really good football team.
They are.
They're going to make a lot of teams look like this.
Well, they made Clemson look very pedestrian. 34-3 the final. Georgia gets the win.
You know, we talk all the time about playing this team. You got to out-physical them, you got to out-hustle them, and you got to out-discipline them. And I thought we did all 3 of those today. I was really proud of our guys, proud for this university.
Sometimes you get your butt kicked, and we did today. And that's not what we came here to do, but you got to give Georgia credit, and we got to move on. We got to learn from it. I'm sorry for our fans. I feel terrible for them because we didn't get it done for them tonight. Didn't play those last 2 quarters like we know we can play. But I promise you this, we'll get back to work, and a long season ahead.
40 straight regular season wins now for Georgia. They haven't lost a regular season game since November of 2020 to the Florida Gators, coached by Dan Mullen. What a streak. Speaking of the Florida Gators, we go to the Swamp. Miami, trendy pick to click in the ACC. Cam Ward keeps playing like this. Look out, Cam McCormick, 7-0 Hurricanes.
Cam McCormick, a 9th-year player. You'd love to see it. He might be a doctor, too, if he'd been in college that long.
How Van Wilder of him. Then Mark Fletcher, Hurricanes up 17-3.
Miami's a really talented team. The interesting thing, will Cam Ward finally be that quarterback that makes this team a winning football team?
Is there a more reliable receiver in the country than Xavier Restrepo?
7 catches, 112 yards today.
Here's the play right there. To Colby George, 23-yard touchdown. They are chomping. And in a 34-game season-opening winning streak, that was a high noon and it didn't go well.
Cam, you are as advertised and then some. How would you say your first game as a Miami Hurricane went?
It was good. Both sides of the ball came with it. Shout out to the defense. They played good all day. I gave up a couple points, but it was a good team win. We came out prepared. I feel like this is the most prepared that I've been in my college career, and I'm just excited that we go 1-0.
You can obviously sling it. You've got a swagger about you. You can make some unconventional things happen. How would you describe the mentality that you play with?
Just mentality to not care. I mean, you only get a certain amount of time to play football, and I'm going to take advantage of every opportunity I get. It's something that I wanted to do out of high school is come play in the SEC, and I got a chance to do that, and I want to know. So, all glory to God. I'm just blessed to be here.
It might be fun to watch. Guys, in no way, shape, or form did I think Oregon and Idaho would be in the A block season premiere, college football final. Dylan Gabriel, Tez Johnson. I mean, 0-0. You're thinking, okay, here we go.
Tez Johnson had 12 catches in this game. You're right. It's 7-0. They're going to roll.
Jack Lane picked off by Brandon Johnson. Again, here we go. 7-0, second quarter. Great catch. Look at the secure possession.
Yeah, Oregon was moving the ball. You just keep waiting for the score to start exploding the whole game.
They go for it 4th down in their own territory. Look at Jordan James stopped.
So you do that when you're taking an opponent lightly, Coach.
And then they do
you
this.
don't go for it on 4th down the road. See, this is what happens.
Yeah, the trickeration.
Let's go. Idaho is here to play.
Idaho's playing a little Oregon trail. It is 14-7, 4th quarter. Down 17-7. They did it again.
The reverse, get into the end zone. They weren't holding back. They were there to try to win the game. Look, they're fired up.
It was getting weird in Eugene. 4th and 2. They had to go for it 4th and 2, 17-14.
Oregon had the ball almost 20 more minutes than Idaho, and look at the score. When you look at the stat sheet, it didn't look like it was a close game, but it was.
That is an exhale moment. Get out of there. You can coach it. You get the win, 24-14. Speaking of coaching it, debuts. For the first time in 17 years, there was no Nick Saban, and Jim Harbaugh is off to the NFL. We'll talk debuts. We'll show highlights and a changing of the guard on the season premiere of College Football Final.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Okay, let's get going. Can everybody see that?
Like, to check your desktop first before sharing your screen.
That is not, oh, no. Know how that got in there? No,
Yeah, checking first is smart.
Okay, everybody get out.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Get your Labor Day delivered. The Home Depot has free delivery on over 2 million items and fast same-day delivery from our store to your door. Get Labor Day delivered your way at the Home Depot.
I cried. Said I. And I am lost and I can't even say why. I have myself.
People always say,
it is what it is.
Until it isn't. Remember before AI when you had to type to search? And when you couldn't ask your phone to do this?
Put these restaurants on a map.
Huh. What about taking a photo and reimagining it? Man, remember when all phones pretty much did the same stuff? Until they didn't. Get the all-new Google Pixel 9 Pro phones at googlestore.com.
Welcome to the best season of the year. Football. Welcome to the unpredictable, the unforgettable, the unbelievable. Welcome to the 2024 NFL season.
Jason, seriously?
College Football Final is brought to you by Verbo Private Vacation Rentals. Relax, you booked a Verbo. And Ram Trucks, built to serve.
What a rare treat, just the sixth meeting between the Wolverines and the Crimson Tide. The stage could not be grander. First and goal, McClellan walks in. Alabama on top, 7 points is the deficit for Michigan. McCarthy scanning downfield and throws it high, and Wilson's got it. Michigan on the doorstep, and they pitch it to a touchdown as Wilson walks in. We'll hand it to overtime. They get it to Corey McGann and makes a cut. Spins and scores. Mike Cora puts Michigan on top. It comes down to this play. Low snap. Elroy stopped. Michigan makes a stand and comes up with a milestone playoff victory.
It was an all-time classic, and the last time we'd see these two coaches on the sideline against each other, enter new regimes. Kalen DeBoer at Alabama. Sharon Moore takes over for Jim Harbaugh at Michigan for the first time in 17 years. It was someone other than Nick Saban. Kalen DeBoer comes in from Washington. You know he's got a good offense. You know Alabama, regardless of the coach, is going to field a good defense. And Keon Saab did hit there, 23 yards.
Well, that's it. Game over. You wrapped it up.
That's it?
That's all. They just needed one turnover.
Okay, because here Jalen Milroe on the offense, 12-yard keep for the touchdown.
Yeah, he looked so comfortable in it. He had to learn a new offense, but looked extremely comfortable all night long.
You want another one from Saab?
Oh, that's it. Game over.
Oh, my.
Game over again.
I mean,
seriously, if you're Western Kentucky, you get down that far, you have to come away with points if you have any chance whatsoever of staying in this game.
The thing that's going to be fun to watch with Alabama throughout the year, because we saw what he did with Michael Penix Jr. in Washington, completely different players, but the development of Jalen Milroe this year is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, fantastic. And the confidence of him as a passer. He had 5 total TDs in this game, and he looks like a more complete quarterback.
By the way, this is 17-year-old freshman Ryan Williams. That was his first ever reception in a college football game. He had 2 touchdowns. They have another game breaker. Oh, by the way, Kalen DeBoer in his debut, 63-0 roll tide.
You know, I'm just proud of the way the guys came out and played. They've been working hard, and you know, there's not time to reflect. We're in the season, we're in the heat of it. You know, we're on to the next week now. We're going to learn from our mistakes and all that kind of stuff. But it's a great way to start, obviously, and appreciate all the fans here. It's been an awesome week of building up energy for this opener, and proud of how the guys came out and played.
So DeBoer made it look easy. Sharon Moore in Michigan, on the other hand, exodus to the NFL, the coaching staff, the players, Alex Orji, Donovan Edwards, 3-yard touch. Hey, easy, 7-0 Michigan.
J.J. McCarthy is gone, and that's what's going to matter to this Michigan team. It looked like they were trying to figure out their quarterback situation.
I mean, it wasn't pretty. Here, picked off. Davis Warren won the job by Cameron Lockridge's picks.
Yeah, they were rotating the quarterbacks all night, and it was kind of weird. Like, Warren was in there to throw, and Orji was in there to run. Not a lot of rhythm.
And then Mikey Keene and Raylan Sharp were in there to win. They score here to make it 16-10.
Yeah, and it's in the fourth quarter at Michigan. So you assume that they're going to play much better home, much like Oregon. They just are not doing it.
But Davis Warren steps up. Colston Loveland, 18-yard touchdown, 23-10.
Yeah, 8 catches, 87 yards from Loveland to lead the Michigan side.
Oski, ball game. 86-yard pick six. And extends the game. This could have been a backdoor cover, man. It was a 21-point spread. 30-10, nonetheless. Moore gets his win in his debut.
Yeah, tough, gritty performance. I thought our defense did an outstanding job. Gave up a couple big plays, but that's going to happen. Offense got a groove at the end. We've got to be more consistent. We just got to do the little things right. But overall, you're always happy to get a win.
All right, let's start there with Michigan. It's the last highlight we saw. What did you make of Sharon Moore's debut at Michigan?
Wasn't great, but the scary part for Michigan is they got Texas next.
Yeah.
So a lot of these teams that didn't look great today, they got a much easier next game.
Mm-hmm.
They got Texas next. When we watched Michigan in the past 2 years at least, they could at least run you over. It didn't matter how J.J. McCarthy played. They could at least out-physical you and run you over. They're still trying to figure it out at Michigan. They lost a lot, and it may take some time to figure it out. The problem is Texas has come to town. So you better figure it out in 6 days.
And that, look, he was left, some NCAA stuff coming down.
Yes.
Most of the teams off to the NFL. I don't know
Yes.
why they're ranked 9th. It's not a disrespect to Michigan. They just
Well,
they
we're
got
going to
lots
find out.
We'll find out next week. From Kalen DeBoer's end of it, I mean, there's always that you don't want to replace the guy, but he embraces the challenge, and they looked really good.
They looked really good, and they looked really good defensively with the interceptions, taking turnovers, absolutely dominating defensive performance, and they looked extremely comfortable in the offense. The one thing, Kalen DeBoer, he runs explosive offenses. You saw what Michael Penix was able to do with the receivers they had last year at Washington. Well, guess what? They have another great quarterback in Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe, as a passer, becomes a great passer. We know he's a dynamic runner. He becomes a great passer in this offense. And they have some young skill players on the outside that look like game changers. They look like they have not skipped a beat. Now,
credit him.
They haven't been that wasn't a great challenge, but
no, what? Miller only threw it 9 times.
But give him credit in that Isaiah Bond goes to Texas. They lost a lot of the skill. They got some young players in there, but really a successful start for him. But Kalen DeBoer inherits a historical program. I think he's probably in the short term going to be better off than what's going to happen at Michigan with Sharon Moore, at least for right now. Ohio State, they've got a same coach in Ryan Day. They got a new offensive coordinator in Chip Kelly. He comes over. They also have Will Howard, comes in from Kansas State. And where are we getting these 5-star NFL true freshman receivers? This is Jeremiah Smith.
It actually took Will Howard a little bit of time to settle into this game. And then he realized, just throw it to Smith. I don't have to do that much. Just throw it out there to Smith.
I mean, this kid's insane. He's a true freshman.
6 catches, 92 yards to lead the way with a great receiving core that's already there in place. He's the new face on the scene.
Just throw it up there.
We just got over the Marvin Harrison and the Garrett Wilsons and the Chris Olave, the Emeka Bukas and Jackson Smith and Jigba. They're going to trot him out along with Quinshot Judkins. It wasn't great early, but Ohio State's kind of blended.
Yeah, and if they really want to nitpick, they didn't run the ball as well as they would have wanted to run the ball. Defense held Akron to under 200 total yards, so they did what they needed to do. But once Will Howard settled in, they looked pretty good.
That was Lathan Ransom there, scoop and score, and then Howard and Cardinal Tate for 45 yards.
Yeah, he ended up at 17 of 28, 228, and 3 touchdowns on the day. Pretty solid performance in his debut with the new offense.
You hang 52 in your first game, they're going to feel good about it, although it took a little bit of time for Ohio State. They were dominant 25th consecutive season with an opening victory. You could argue what Penn State did on the road was as impressive as anyone on Saturday, especially Drew Aller to Harrison Wallace III, Penn State in early league.
And this is huge for Penn State because last year they struggled to go down the field with Aller. In this game, they went down the field pretty good.
Coach, pressure's on Aller this year because they have everything they need here. Amari Evans, 55 yards.
If you go down the field, the defense sinks. Check it down to your talented running back, Katron Allen. He runs it in for the touchdown.
And then here, Aller up 13-6.
Bombs away.
There we go. That was Katron Allen who scored. That was Omari Evans. And here's Wallace III, 18-yard touchdown.
Yeah, he had a big game. Aller had his best game of the season last year against West Virginia, and then it got shaky.
And it got shaky with the wet. Look at this. I mean, it's a quagmire.
That was a warning.
That was get out of here.
That was a warning.
For 2 hours. Then we came back in, and Nicholas Singleton. Again, the running backs, Katron Allen, Singleton. Penn State's tough.
Yeah, 114 yards rushing for Singleton. It was great to see them come out and execute clean even after the long rain delay. They look sharp today.
You look at a team, they're one of the teams that could benefit from a 12-team playoff. They improved to 59-2 all-time against West Virginia, including 6 straight wins. Texas, a playoff team a year ago, make their SEC debut, kind of. They're just in the conference and out of conference game. Plus, playoff sleepers. Virginia Tech, some would say.
They were sleeping.
Oklahoma State, another. How did they do? We'll tell you when College Football Final returns.
We're kicking off game day with a Twisted Tea drop. We're surprising real Twisted Tea fans who love the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
At Jimmy John's, just $10 get you a full 8 inches of any original sandwich, Jimmy chips, drink, and a dessert. It's a deal so good, we didn't have to spend a lot on this ad. Oh, but we could afford confetti. Order the $10 total package meal only at Jimmy John's.
Ion. Electrified. Hungok Tire.
Would I rather buy 80 expensive, annoying, tiny cartridges or use these replacement ink bottles and save up to $1,000? Don't get cartridged. Switch to the cartridge-free Epson Eco Tank. Just fill and chill.
We're expecting you. So we'll be making another run. It's
It was very important for me to have a therapist who could understand relationships, traumas, the LGBTQ community, and someone who was also a person of color.
I tend to deal with things in life with a sense of humor. My therapist on BetterHelp and we share this trait, and so we connect on a deeper level, and I'm more comfortable sharing things with him.
I am just so much more like in tune with myself, being able to talk to my therapist.
It's Miami, August, hurricane season. You in an open roof. It's gonna rain.
You see that? That's like a gap in my health insurance.
Gap in your health insurance?
It didn't cover everything when I got hurt. Good thing I had Aflac. The cash I got from Aflac helped pay for medical expenses, groceries, rent. Really helped close that gap.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Find an agent, get a quote at Aflac.com.
Wish we had Aflac on our team. You can't.
Texas, a returning playoff team from a year ago. They return its star quarterback, Quinn Ewers, and finds Matthew Gold at 17-0 in a hurry.
Second out from the one. Let's throw a pass. Let's get Ewers some stats so we can get him on the bench.
New weapon, Isaiah Bond from Alabama.
Absolutely. He's a dynamic player. Look at him on the corner route right now. That's another touchdown pass.
Yeah, here we go. Get another one in.
16 seconds left in the half. No looker goal.
Yeah, that's nice. That's very nice. Now, come on. Yeah, very nice.
You want to get to the story?
Yeah. Get on out the way, Ewers. Here we go.
Get out, Ewers. Hey!
There we go. All right now.
Oh, Arch. Come on, Arch.
First pass. First pass. Go score. Go.
Jonte Cook. Is he really going to do it?
Come on, Cook. Yeah. Almost.
Good Arch, man. Is this his Heisman moment?
Watch him draw the defense. Look, draw the defense in.
Yeah.
Flip it out.
He thought he was going to outrun him. Then he realized his name is Manning. He's not that
so good. Yeah, he is not Arch Vince Young Manning.
Yeah,
keeps it himself. Another touchdown for Arch. What a good debut for him. Here was Sark on the youngster today.
Well, that's the most he's played for us, and so it was good. The majority of it was good. There's a couple plays in there that we had to coach him hard on, but that's okay. He's going to continue to improve.
He's a good quarterback. Ole Miss has a good quarterback. They're a team that can benefit and will benefit from the 12-team playoff. They're not going to benefit really from playing Furman, but Jackson Dart. There were a lot of points in this game.
A lot. Were you expecting anything less? They have 772 yards of total offense.
Oh, Juice Wells comes over from South Carolina. He's healthy now, 14-0.
Dart, 418, 5 touchdowns. Does he get a helmet sticker? Is really the only question in this game.
Jackson,
is it eligible?
Jackson's going to have – the biggest news out of this one is Juice Kiffin couldn't retrieve the tees because he's got an injury. 76-0. Tennessee, watch out for them and Nico Iamaleava, their young quarterback, because he lived up to the hype on Saturday.
Iamaleava. They've been waiting for it. They've been waiting for him to get out there on the field.
I've been waiting for you to say Iamaleava.
But Josh Heupel likes to extend the field vertically, and Iamaleava can do that. Look at the touch over the top.
Now you're just showing it off. Dante Thornton Jr., he had a big game.
Yeah, Tennessee has NC State next, so they'll get a little better test than Chattanooga because Chattanooga's defense didn't slow them down.
69-3. You're sensing a theme here. Tennessee, Ole Miss win big, continuing a day of dominance for the SEC. Showed you Bama earlier. Across the state, Auburn beat Alabama A&M by 70.
So if you're 63 points, you're fourth in the league in scoring.
They become the first conference with 4 60-point wins on a single day in the AP poll era. I've got Georgia, Oregon, Virginia Tech, and Oklahoma State as your conference champions. They get in with the bye.
Barry, it's a good thing you're looking sharp today, buddy, because your outfit there might be the only thing you got right here.
That's a fairly embarrassing field. I don't know what you were thinking about. The Oklahoma State not happening. Virginia Tech. I mean, Matt, please. What is? You must be going to Virginia Tech early in the season for a game to try to suck up and butter them up. I can't come up with anything that rivals the idiocy of that one.
Hey,
Wow. They went hard.
Wow.
Gosh.
Hey, Virginia Tech, 21-22 starters, favorable schedule. Didn't know they were going to run into a juggernaut Vanderbilt. Basil Tootin ties it up at 20.
It's a nice comeback, though. They were down 17, but now it's tied.
And then Kyron Drones, Ali Jennings, 62 yards for the touchdown. Hokie High takes the lead.
Yeah, and Drones threw for 332 yards in the game. They were really airing it out more than you thought they would.
Diego Pavio was the story, though. 8-yard touchdown. Vanderbilt ties at 27. Under 2 minutes to go. Drones can't find anybody. The bigger story, though, is he's injured on the play. So the game's tied at 27. College kicker situation. Brocktown. Here we go.
Made a 53-yarder earlier.
Let us.
That's okay. We got overtime.
Go to overtime. Pavia, the New Mexico State transfer.
What you do. He ran for over 100 yards in this game. Now they're up by a touchdown in overtime. Virginia Tech, your turn. Go. Playoff team.
Playoff
team's finished.
He was in. He was in for Drones.
They got it. They got matched back.
Which, by the way,
anchor down.
They can still get in.
They can still win the ACC.
Hey, yes, they can.
Look, it's a long season. Well, you have to see them in the top 4. Where are you going to put them? Oklahoma State. I had Oklahoma State coming out of the Big 12. Going chalk is boring. You guys are boring. Ollie Gordon, he is not boring. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, he's a pretty solid player after last season. We saw what he could do, and he kind of picked up right where he left off, rushing for another 100 yards.
That was Brennan Presley early. Here's Ollie here.
Is that pass yards?
I think so. Yeah, that's
a heck of a stat there.
And Gordon here, screen 24-6. 3 minutes in the third quarter, just the third touchdown of the day. Oklahoma State gets a win. Here's Mike Gundy.
If anybody's a good IT guy, we'll get the guy from Michigan down here and let him hook me up. Even though he didn't do it. What was that song in what was that song? You should know. Yeah, the song, it was kind of a partial rap in the shower. It caught me. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. What was it? Yeah.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, that's right. It wasn't me. I know that was you.
Mike Gundy, he's got jokes. Coaching debuts. We're going to start with UCLA head coach Deshaun Foster getting ready for Hawaii. And who could forget Deshaun Foster back at Media Days?
I'm sure you guys don't know too much about UCLA, but our football program, but we're in LA.
They are. Well, they're not on Saturday. They were in Hawaii.
It only got worse after
to be
that.
accurate. Ethan Garbers, Rico Flores with the touchdown. UCLA down 10-7. They were down 10-0 early. And then Mateen Bagani.
Look at what is that in the end zone there? It did go through.
16-13. Hawaii ensuing possession on their own 29. Braden Shager to Pofale Ashlock. Fumbles the football.
Hold on to the ball.
UCLA, congratulations to Deshaun Foster. You're in LA. You win 16-13. Kurt Cignetti making his debut. Indiana comes over from JMU. Tyson Lawton gives Indiana a 14-0 lead.
I used a physical team, run the football, ran it for 234 yards.
And Lawton, he had a big day as well. He puts him up 21-0.
Yeah, Cignetti coming over from JMU was really successful there. Wants to bring that winning attitude to Indiana.
And then Elijah Green here for 51 yards. Indiana. Kurt Cignetti's coach debut. So we got a Deshaun Foster win. We got a Cignetti win, 31-7. All cakes and pies for the new head coaches. That includes Fran Brown of Syracuse. He was in his debut. And the story with them is they bring in Kyle McCord from Ohio State.
What a great get. Kyle McCord played well for Ohio State last season, decides to leave, and Syracuse gets him, and he played well in this game.
And then McCord to LaQuint Allen for the touchdown. Syracuse now up 24-16.
Nice LaQuint Allen's a great athlete coming out of the backfield. Little option route, breaks to the outside, gets in the end zone.
And how about McCord's debut? He had a nice career at Ohio State. Just felt a fresh start would do him some good.
Yeah, he threw for 4 touchdowns in this game. Great start.
Syracuse wins. Fran Brown gets a win in his debut, 38-22. Willie Fritz, he comes over from Tulane. He's the Houston head coach, ready to take on UNLV. Over 8 minutes to go. First quarter, no score. Matthew Sluka, Jacob DeJesus went to them for the touchdown.
Yeah, UNLV was a surprise team last year, and Barry Odom's first year as a coach, and they picked up right where they left off.
Man, that is a nice catch.
Yeah, Barry Odom, he comes in. And Houston, they're going to have some work. Willie Fritz has some work to be done, but UNLV in the defense, again, they're having a good start to the season.
Yeah, Houston has a lot of work to get done. Give credit to UNLV.
27-7, the final. So the coaching debut didn't go well for Willie Fritz. You want it in your wallet. You just don't want it from us. That's $1 coming up next on College Football Final.
To new friends, speak no evil. Rated R.
Hi, you might know me from my other job, but I'm a business owner too. Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. Love it. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too. Sweet, right? And when we travel, we get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. I could get used to this. The Capital One Venture X business card. What's in your wallet?
A new segment on College Football Final. The final exam. Look at Dan Mullen back in college. And one young Joey Galloway. I am the professor.
Back in college.
I am the professor. These are the students. I will give them final exam questions based on what we saw on Saturday. Students, are you ready? True or false? Miami had the best win on Saturday, Coach.
That is true. Miami went into the Swamp opening week, huge rivalry game on the road, tough environment. They played physical at the line of scrimmage. They played great defense. Cam Ward got the ball to all of their playmakers, and they had a dominating victory. Miami's win was the best win of the day. True.
That is false. You do realize Tim Tebow wasn't playing in this game, right?
Well, number 15. I just saw number 15.
Yeah, don't tell me about going to the Swamp with a very average Florida team.
Okay.
The best one of the day by far is Georgia beating Clemson. Clemson is ranked 14th in the country, and Georgia made them look like they're an unranked football team. Now, I know you want to say that the Clemson offense isn't great, but I would say the Georgia defense was just that good in this game. It was 6-0 at half. Didn't look great. They came out scored 28 points in the second half and dominated that game. Georgia's the best team in the country, and they came out and they proved that with by far the best win of the weekend.
As I grade the test, the correct answer for question 1, it is Miami had the best win in week 1 because you said it at the end. Georgia's the best team in the country. We've expected that out of Georgia. We didn't know what to make of Miami to go into a hostile environment. It is true.
But we know what to make of Florida. They're
true.
Not very good.
And you wouldn't have been wrong by saying Penn State either, but
not
this one Miami.
very good.
Question number 2, students. Are you ready?
Yes.
Behind Ohio State in the Big Ten, the second best team in the Big Ten is A, Oregon, B, Michigan, C, Penn State.
So it's unfortunate that you guys are going to overreact to a close game, first game of the season. Oregon's the second best team in the Big Ten, and by the end, they may be making an argument for the best team in the Big Ten. I don't overreact to a close game. It's a close game. Idaho played well. Oregon did some really good things, and it was a close game. They found a way to win. I don't overreact and act like they're not a good football team because they are, and they're still undefeated.
So your answer is B, A, Oregon. I'm a bad professor.
You're a bad teacher.
A.
Yes.
A. Your answer is A.
Yes.
Coach, what do you have?
Well, I have to go Penn State.
C.
Right? C, Penn State. Oregon at home. Michigan at home. Both struggled. Bunch of new players. A lot of things we don't know about them. Penn State on the road. Another rivalry game. Playing at West Virginia. Veteran quarterback Drew Allard now in year 2. They were able to push the ball vertically down the field, which they were missing last year. We know they have a great run game. We know they play great defense. And if Drew Allard can get the ball vertically down the field, they're a dangerous team. And today they certainly look by far as the best, second best team.
I can see now you guys are overreacting every single week.
As the professor, This one's difficult for me because answer C, Penn State. You make a great point, and they're accustomed to Big Ten football. They've been to the conference, and Oregon is the newbie. However, answer A is correct in this situation. Oregon's still the second best team in the Big Ten. It'll be proven in a couple of weeks when those two meet up. So,
who voted him the captain?
I'm the professor.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
You guys tied.
Yeah.
You guys go get a B tonight.
Yeah.
B plus. Class is dismissed. If we go from class, we're basically going to timeout now. That's $1. Watch this. Jaquindon Jackson. Hey, touchdown, right?
There you go.
Breakaway.
You scored a touchdown in college. You're kind of the man.
Look what he notices.
Look.
Did he just flirt with the cheerleaders of the opposing team?
He is a college kid. I get it.
Man,
hey, ladies,
save it for Tinder. That's $1. Flirt with the cheerleaders during the game. Watch Naquan Washington.
I give the official credit for not getting upset about this.
Right.
Because that's pretty good.
$1 for using the official as a pommel horse. Hey, you know what's
Look
ironic
away.
about that?
Look away.
Let's go P. Oh, right. Boom. Let's go P.
Oh, Austin P.
Iowa's
There's
new
that
offense.
passing
all
attack.
that good
Oh,
Iowa
Dave
offense.
McNamara. There's the new one, right? Point.
Oh.
Now, they scored. They ended up, look, they came through when it
When
counts.
did they drop the interception? That's $1 for dropping the
All right,
interception.
Joey, what happened here?
Well, now, all these guys are wearing the same numbers. How can these coaches keep track of this? They had 2 zeros on the field.
It led to a field goal, and they
And
lost in overtime.
Exactly. They were going to punt.
$1 for everyone. And then Lenore Sellers and Juju McDowell. Watch this.
He's going to make a big explosive
Go,
run.
go. Oh!
He was hustling, though.
Look at how mad he is.
Can he
$1 to Sellers.
Can he get a little credit for hustle?
No. Yeah.
Did the
He's
tackle
so
go
mad
to
at his
stop
quarterback.
stat line?
Yeah, so from the best or the worst to the best, from $1 to a top play, we put a bow on college football final after this. And helmet stickers. I'm being told we're not only going to do top plays, it is the most coveted individual award in all of sports. Helmet stickers. You already know one. We'll hand out the rest when college football final concludes.
What's Danny doing?
He saved so much bundling home and auto with the personal price plan that he got excited.
Bundle is live!
And bundled football with football.
Bundle, amigo! You got bundle! Bundle is live!
Field goal!
Bundle and save with the personal price plan. Field goal.
So do you kick it or pass it?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Whoa, Nelly. iPhone 15 with tons of storage. I really want one.
Yo, you've won 14 times on the LPGA Tour. Since when is one enough for you?
That is true.
Get your head out of the sand trap, switch to T-Mobile, and get 4 iPhone 15s on them. And 4 lines for just $25 a line. And you can save on every plan versus the other big guys.
Swing big at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 15s on us and 4 lines for $25 a line.
4.
In every generation, there are those who question the status quo. Questions like, why can't chicken be slow roasted? Why can't I have shredded purple cabbage? Why can't my quesadilla have cheese inside and out? And where's my avocado verde salsa? The new era of chicken is here to stay.
You must know. Hey, folks,
Again, Team and Chicken
me
Menu.
why I cut off the live
Only
stream.
at
I ain't
Taco
cut off
Bell.
nothing. It's the damn thing.
This is the SEC on ABC, and this is how it's done.
As soon as it comes back home.
Final is brought to you by Verbo Private Vacation Rentals. Relax. You booked a Verbo.
Hey, the Command Center is back. ACC Network, Boston College, Florida State, Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. By the way, your boys.
Hey, we had a
Matt,
weather
Joey,
delay for the
Coach,
person that just
will be
joined.
here as well. Pre-game show at halftime.
Like, share, subscribe.
Georgia
When
Tech.
I'm not at a
team
SWAC
that played
game,
Florida
I
State, and
stream
beat them in Ireland.
SWAC
And
game.
here, Eric Singleton.
Next
Georgia
weekend,
Tech still
I will not
rolling.
be at a
Big
SWAC
question
game.
was, would it be a letdown for Georgia Tech?
A bit of a hangover.
Huge win against Florida State.
Jet lag, 35. So that game means a lot to Georgia
happy.
State too. There in Atlanta, they played them well throughout. Georgia State gets win 2-0 on the season. Top plays now. Here we go. Number 5, McNeese's Bugsy Silvera. Nice. First of all American name, All-American interception.
Damn, Southern.
Beautiful.
Oh, nice.
And that was not an
FIU,
interception.
Indiana. Joey, I need you more enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Curtis Rourke.
He used 2 hands. Here we go.
Wow.
See? One hand.
Miles Cross.
That's when they get excited. One-handed catches.
Miles Cross. Indiana made college football final twice tonight.
That's big time.
That could be a record. Signetti era. Kate Klubnik picked the what? That is special.
That's 2 hands, but it's pretty special for a DB.
That would do it for
spin
you.
around. That is
Malachi
really
starts
that
to
makes
it for
that
you.
early. That is a heck of a play.
Number 2, he's savage. Anthony Calandria, deep. Malachi Fields. Oh, another 2-handed, but still good.
Yeah, it looks like he used his face mask to bring it in. Yep. Secured against the helmet.
Does my man go no gloves? He just goes old school tape, like Tim Brown
Sweaty.
style.
Look how much he sweats.
And number 1, Robert Morris in Utah State. Robert Morris is Rob Carter Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's definitely number 1.
That is definitely number 1. Here's a look at some of the sights
one.
and sounds from the week 1 of Saturday.
I'm glad college football's back. I've missed you. All the games going on, the pageantry, you feel it. There's an energy and a buzz just around college football being back.
Feel free to like, subscribe. Yeah, check out my little videos, check out my little shorts, all that stuff. It's a big party over here.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
We tailgate hard.
Vanderbilt with the upset in week 1. Longhorns entering the SEC. Arch Manning flips it wide. Touchdown. We get our first glimpse of the Kalen DeBoer era of Alabama football. A diamond grab. There he goes.
Headed for the pylon. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
It is the most coveted individual award in all of sport. It is helmet stickers. Week 1, we begin. I'm not going to mess around too much. He needed a fresh start, and I'm starting my helmet sticker with Kyle McCord, who goes into Syracuse, 4 touchdown passes. Good for him for taking advantage of it. 4 touchdown passes, a school record, and a debut. Kyle McCord, good to see you balling out in the first
Daniel
game.
Ward Jr.,
My
North
football
Texas,
helmet's on the
12
way.
catches, 230 yards. The crazy part is the 230
Football
yards
helmet,
is
when it's
5th
black
best
from
in
like
program
the
history.
early
They've been throwing the ball around.
Wow.
And then I'll have a white one.
Cam Ward
that's
threw for
from the
385 yards, 3 touchdowns. 385 is the most
It was
passing
like
yards for
six.
any quarterback
We need
in their
sweat
debut
games
in Miami
of the
football
And with the
history.
pressure on him in the
In the
fourth,
swamp.
stepping up the way he did the swamp, I love it. Mine, I told you at the top of the show, Ashton GT, you're not
Y'all
going to
gotta
need
help
any
me
more
out, though.
superlatives for this kid. 6 rushing touchdowns. That's a program record. Ashton, you did it, my man. Helmet sticker in your first game of the season.
I like defense. I got Keon Sabb, Alabama, 2 interceptions. That thing happened in the first 5 minutes of the game. Like 80 return yards. Last person to do that, Alabama, Minka Fitzpatrick.
How about the guy that replaced Cam Ward at Washington State? John Mateer threw for 352 yards and 5 touchdowns in Wazoo.
Team sticker week 1 goes to Anchor Down, baby. Vanderbilt gets our first team sticker. The first season opening win against a power conference opponent since 2005.
Who'd they beat?
Virginia Tech. Did we eliminate teams from the playoffs already
No,
tonight?
not at all.
Did that happen?
Not at all.
Is that what we're doing? We're just
Still a
taking teams
chance.
out. There's
No,
12
they're saying
teams.
there's a chance.
There's
Still got a
always
shot.
a chance. For Dan Mullen, Joey Gallo, and Matt Berry, thank you for watching College Football Finals. See you in week 2.
We went first last time.
We're not here to win a championship. We're here to have fun.
This year's Player of the Year.
Hey, if you got something to
Here we
say,
go
join the
again.
live
Both teams running
broadcast.
up the clock to secure the tie.
Click the link.
Now this is basketball. Rated E for everyone.
If you have something to say, click the link.
What's up with your
Come on.
dad, Chloe?
Ever since he got
Who you rocking
AT&T's
with?
best
What's
deal on
your
the new
favorite swag
Samsung
school?
Galaxy,
I only do
he's
Swag
been up on
Sports
his high
Network.
horse.
Anything swag, I rock with.
That still got
I
me
don't
feeling
do
like a big old
no disrespect
cowboy.
to MEAC, CIAA, SISC, none of them. All of
I'll
y'all
just
are
go
great
wait in the
support,
waiting
but I
room.
only follow 12 swag schools. If you look at my page, you'll
Ride
see
high with
behind
AT&T's
me,
best
you'll see
deal on the new
12 swag
Samsung
schools.
Galaxy Z Flip 6.
You got something to say? Come on, click the link.
There are men coming here to kill you.
Give up the girl, or he'll send every killer in the city after you.
You are an assassin? Are you trying to save her?
Surprising.
The Killer, rated R.
Okay, ideas. Where are we going?
I got one.
What about a comedy show?
I've seen you. I've swiped on you. No.
Oh, I got an idea.
I feel hungry.
Let's go.
Whatever your vibe. Tacos.
Definitely tacos.
Find it in the all-new, all-hybrid Camry. Toyota. Let's go places.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add mountain cold refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
The opening kickoff from Las Vegas.
The game with playoff implications.
That's how I get by. Lord, that's how I get by.
You see that? That's like the gap in my health insurance.
Gap in your health insurance?
It didn't cover everything when I got hurt. Good thing I had Aflac. The cash I got from Aflac helped pay for medical expenses, groceries, rent. Really helped close that gap.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Find an agent, get a quote at Aflac.com.
Wish we had Aflac on our team. You can't.
At Simply Safe, your safety is the only thing that matters. Introducing 24/7 LiveGuard protection, only from Simply Safe. This exclusive technology allows Simply Safe agents to help stop crime in real time by speaking through the smart alarm indoor camera.
Stop. This is Simply Safe. Police are on their way.
For instant intruder deterrence and faster police response.
Police have arrived. Your home is safe.
Now install our advanced system your way. Have a pro set it up or easily do it yourself. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Sunday Night Baseball, City of Brotherly Love. Game 4 of this 4-game set between the first place Phillies, the second place Braves. Rob Thompson has told his team time to turn the page, focus on the little things that can make a difference come October. The Braves are fighting to play in October. The Mets are right on their heels. The Cubs all of a sudden are red hot. Ice cream will work. It's about 85 degrees. Another huge game. As the calendar says, it's September 1. It means a little more. We'll see you in a half hour. Kevin.
And Ravi, we look forward to a great one tonight. Leading off on baseball tonight, Tim Kirchin, the first and second of what could be many in Cleveland for Kyle Manzardo.
Yeah, the Guardians have been shut out 14 times. They need some extra pop, and this is the guy that can provide it. One of their big power hitters in their system gets his first 2 in the same day.
No postseason for Texas, but here's a first for Josh Young.
And you wonder, the Rangers, the struggling Rangers, where they have been if they had had Young the whole year and a bunch of other injured guys. But here's a walk-off.
Meantime, 44-year-old Rich Hill served.
Hey, getting back to the game. Hey, don't trip. I'm gonna get you back to the game as soon as possible. These folks try to flag stuff. Let's go back over the SWAC scores from. If you go to SWAC.org, you can get the same information. And from week 1, which I keep telling people that was a horrible week for the SWAC. Nobody wanted to say they agree with me, but it is what it is. There you go. South Carolina over FAMU. South Carolina gave the game away with the help of the refs. Look at Mississippi Valley. They scored 21 points, right? You have 4 schools in the SWAC that have not scored a touchdown. Valley scored a touchdown before you, so don't talk smack. Now, the game that I really watch right here, 27-29, I was at the game, it's Texas Southern defense for real. That's what you got to ask yourself. It's Texas Southern defense for real. Pair of you never touched the end zone. That 9 right here, that's 3 field goals. Bethune-Cookman versus South Florida, man, come on. Whatever. I'm not a big fan of these money games. This right here, 3-73, really? Why the hell would you go there, brother? I expected more from Grambling. I expected more from the preseason player of the year from Crowley. Come on. Then Southern, you gave the game away in the 4th quarter. So if you look at the stats, which in the FAMU South Carolina game, 18-22, you look at the team and you can go through their stats. This all on him. I got him in first downs, but rushing. I mean, you go down. This number right here, this is kind of crazy. That's 154 yards that FAM gave up. They did rush for 133, but everybody in the SWAC except Texas Southern has given up 100 yards or 200 yards, I should say, because last week FAMU gave up 200 yards. You go that now. The passing is FAMU quarterback for real. He was 28 for 38 for 282 yards. So is FAM a passing school? Most likely. But the thing is, FAMU gets burnt a lot on their pass coverage. Yeah, now I understand South Carolina State only threw for 132 yards. But this number here, total offense, FAMU had 415, South Carolina State had 286. It's crazy, man. That's just one game. Now the Grambling State Louisiana game, this game should have been a lot closer than what it was. But they was double up on a lot of stuff. Now, if you preseason SWAC MVP of the year, there's no way right here you threw for 166 yards and you had an interception, 19 of 28, where your opposition threw for 336 yards. 363 yards. That ain't good. It is total offense again. Look at the total offense numbers. This total offense, 481 to 241. You will never win a football game when you're being outplayed like that. So it's some work to do. It's some work to do in the SWAC. That's why I keep telling people, do not give up on your favorite SWAC HBCU team just yet. Only team that you really need to be concerned about if TSU can go into your stadium and hold you for 61 yards. That's what you need to worry about. That's the best defense in the SWAC so far. I'm saying again, so far, things can change. I don't want people to think, oh, well, he on the TSU bandwagon. Every week, you will see me with a different SWAC shirt on. Now, look at Valley, Mississippi Valley. Valley put up 21 points. You know something going wrong. And the stats make it look a lot closer, but it was not. They got outrushed 69 to 138. Passing yards, 195 to 357. The quarterback was 13 to 23. But each quarterback threw an interception. So Valley, hey. But this number right here, 264 yards by Valley, they gave up damn near 500 yards. You can't give up 500 yards and expect to win a football game. And Valley, if you look at the box score, Valley did score 21 unanswered points in the fourth quarter, but Valley gonna beat somebody. That's all I keep telling people. Don't catch them sleeping. I'm not gonna show anything from this Alabama A&M versus Auburn. That makes no sense. 73 points, just like I didn't show anything from the UAPB versus Arkansas. No. Now Texas Southern Prairie View, we talked about that. Southern McNeese, we talked about that. Now what we're gonna do? We're gonna go back. Hopefully, we'll go back to the game and see where we at.
Houston for 3 big games beginning next Friday. Turn our attention to the playoff chase in the American League. How about the comeback for the Yankees today? So why weren't they smiling? Plus the Orioles and Guardians and Bobby Witt and the Royals.
You Wendy's.
Cricket has free Samsung Galaxy phones? What?
Nationwide coverage and lightning fast 5G?
Hey, for the 4 people that's in here watching, thank you. Please like, share, subscribe. Like I'm telling you, every game that I don't go to on the weekend, I will be in here.
But the games are pumping.
Here and tell me. You can check out my videos,
in the after hours,
my
bro.
shorts
Dad,
of me
is Lily
tailgating
finance,
every
bro?
week.
She switched
Every
careers to
Friday
make
is
money for your weddings.
Football, T-shirt Friday. Basketball is for the hoodies.
For your wedding, do you want a gazebo in the
Baseball
river?
is for the baseball jersey.
Oh.
So
What's a gazebo?
check me out sometime.
Something that your mother always wanted. Never
I don't
had.
charge nothing. I don't ask nobody for nothing.
You
I
could
don't
give
have no
these different
cash app,
investment
none of that
options a
stuff.
shot.
The
I'm
right
here
money
just to
moves
bring
aren't as
awareness
aggressive as
to
you
swag.
think.
I'm keeping the best.
Choose Advil Liquid Gels
And yes,
for faster,
HBCU graduates,
stronger,
swag graduates.
and longer-lasting relief than Tylenol Rapid Release Gels. Because
I'm not
Advil
one of them
targets
fly
pain
by
at the
Deion
source of
Sanders.
inflammation. So for
I came
faster
to the
pain
swag
relief,
sports because
Advil,
Deion
the pain
Sanders
away.
came there. No, that's not me. I grew up in the
When the
swag.
sawdust settles,
My first swag
and the
football
engine
game was
finally roars,
1984.
the thing
Valley
you care
versus
about
Auburn
most is a job
in
well done.
Jackson in the vet.
But when
Only
you get your
sold out
tools from
crowd
Harbor Freight,
ever
something
in that
about the
stadium.
job feels a little different. Your wallet. Because we believe no matter what you're working on, you need high quality tools at a great price. And that's what we're all about. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
I just wanted to remind you that Geico makes it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. In fact, it's so easy. It reminds me of a joke my mate told me. Now, a knuckleballer and a catcher walk into a bullpen, and a knuckleballer turns to the catcher. Get it? Wow, they really like that one.
It's easy to Geico, official partner of Major League Baseball. When you choose a Blue Moon, everything becomes brighter. Crafted with Valencia orange peel and coriander, Blue Moon is made brighter.
You ever just look at them and think, yeah, I'm doing all right. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired brown brush head hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
Cricket has free Samsung Galaxy phones. Whoa! Free phones, fast 5G, and nationwide coverage.
Pretty good deal.
Smile, you're on Cricket.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. It's a mouth-watering, stretched thinner, made bigger, more for your money, extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Better get you some Papa John's.
Everybody loves the know-it-all.
This guru of the gridiron is full of wisdom beyond his stature.
Can anyone beat the Chiefs?
Do you think the Eagles are for real?
Hey, son, what's my opinion on the NFC North?
Jordan Love is definitely winning MVP this year.
Only a fool wouldn't at least consider someone like Joe Coolborough. Are you a fool, Mr. Harrison?
Unbelievable. And with NFL Plus Premium, you too could be a football know-it-all.
You babe with all my soul, love you. Love you. I love you, babe, with all my heart and soul. Yeah. I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, baby. I love you, baby, with all my heart and soul. Yeah.
Picture this.
I want to make a movie of our podcast.
I'm back, baby.
Let's talk movies. Who would have thought we would be Hollywood bound?
People might finally take me seriously after this.
Kevin and Tim back on baseball tonight. Rubber game in the Bronx. Yanks and Cards. Yankees a 1.5 game lead on Baltimore. Where has Jordan Walker been all year?
Kevin, it's time to give this kid an extended look and see if he's the power hitter they need him to be, because they desperately need a big-time bat in the middle of the order. This guy's been up and down. He's been given chances, but not many, and not for very long.
It was 7-2 Cardinals, and then the Yankees kind of punch and Judied it back in the game.
Well, they knocked it through some holes here. The Yankees, again, it's been a bit of a struggle, really, since the middle of June here and there.
Bottom six, Anthony Volpe up the middle off the glove, and that's kind of like how a lot of the comeback was.
Right. It was a sloppy game here today for both teams, but that ball took a little spin and jumped over Wynn's right shoulder.
Down 7-2, the Yankees tied at 7, and then they gave it all back. Lars Nootbaar killed him.
Right, that would have been a difficult play for Juan Soto, but he did not have a good day in right field today. And again, not a good day defensively for the Yankees.
Tim, there are just so many, despite the record, glaring holes with the Yankees.
And again, 30 and 37 since June the 12th. And here is Walker again. And as we said, Kevin, he had 5 hits today. The last Cardinal that young to have 5 hits in a game was Rogers Hornsby.
Then again, every one of the Cardinals had 5 hits today. This is another one for Nootbaar. St. Louis pounded the Yankees. They take 2 of 3 in the Bronx. 21 hits, 14 runs. They double up the Yankees. And that allowed Baltimore to trim the lead to a half game. If they could take care of business in Denver, that's Gunnar Henderson.
Apologize for the rain delay. I can't do nothing about
it. Gunnar Henderson's been lost a little bit in the Bobby Witt, but Henderson is still a great player, and we saw it again there.
4th inning is where Baltimore blew this one open. That's Colby Mayo.
Right. Again, one of their top prospects up now for a second time. Once he gets here for good, he's never going back.
Cedric Mullins with the drawn-in infield, and that just kind of hangs up there, and that is misplayed by Colorado.
Wow, that ball was up for a long time. It just shows you what happens when you bring the infield in. A lot of bad things can happen.
James McCann, the Batman mask. Yankees or Orioles, who's more capable of winning the East?
Well, it's a toss-up. I'm going to say the Yankees, but the Orioles have got to get healthy, and once they get Jordan Westbrook back and some others at the end of September, and they got Zach Eflin back today, which was really helpful.
That lead is down to a half game after the Orioles win it 6-1. Nobody in the AL better at home than the Guardians. Cleveland 2.5 up atop the Central. Bottom 1, Andres Jimenez, it's gone.
And again, the Guardians have had offensive issues, especially lately, and to see them get a home run early like that, really good sign.
And you talked about this being a good sign. Young Kyle Manzardo.
Right. That's his first major league home run. He would hit a second one in this game. And they really need him, just like they need Alex Cobb, who was really good today.
Really, really good. 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, 2 hits, 1 run.
Right. And remember, he missed the first 4 months of the season. And to be this sharp coming back as he has is a really good sign, because the Guardians are going to need him in their rotation for October.
It's no longer a fluke. They are right there at the top of the American League. And, of course, with this guy, anything's possible.
34 homers, 105 RBIs, another MVP candidate
Tough, though, with Judge and Witt Jr. and others. Speaking of Bobby Witt Jr., his Royals in Houston, KC really scuffling. Houston suddenly 5 games up. That's Yordan Alvarez, 369.
And his first homer at home since June the 22nd. He's been much better on the road with the home run ball until today, because that's number 2.
John Singleton, a solo shot, 3-0 Houston, bottom 6.
This is number 2, sorry.
Here it is, Yordan one more time.
And again, that power to all fields is just breathtaking to watch. And when you see him going center and left center, watch out.
7th inning, one of the bright spots for Kansas City. He's been the bright spot all year, Bobby Witt Jr.
Number 29, he's going to go 30-30 again this year. And in maybe any other year, he's the MVP of the league. But Aaron Judge is the clear leader at the moment.
You know, maybe the best hitter on Houston this year has been Yainer Diaz.
He has been tremendous. He is a big difference in their order. And once they get Kyle Tucker back, they have a chance to be a really good offensive team.
All right, so the Twins lead for the final wild card, 3.5 games, trying to rebound from Saturday's 15-0 loss. Look at Leo Jimenez.
Again, Kevin, you don't run over things when you have to shoot a jump shot, but in the big leagues, you have to make a play and then run into a wall.
Bowden Francis, Spencer Horwitz, Addison Barger, some solid young players there. That is an incredible double play there for Toronto. Bottom of the 8th inning. Again, this is an important game for the Twins. Royce Lewis, drive in, drive out. I'm leaving.
I mean, it's just amazing how productive he has been, especially since he came back from another injury. And that's why the Twins are dangerous. Their pitching is pretty darn good, and they have some thunder, especially when he's going.
Red Sox and Tigers, Boston right there, trying to take 2 of 3 in Detroit. Spencer Torkelson off Rich Hill.
So Rich Hill's major league debut, 2005, Greg Maddux pitched in that game. That's how far Rich Hill goes back.
Great context there. Bottom 6, Riley Green, the power stroke.
I had a really nice chat with him in Williamsport. He's a great kid, and he's a really good hitter. That's his 20th homer. There's still some hope long-term for the Tigers. They have some weapons.
4-1, they beat the Red Sox. An update on Mariners and Angels. Anthony Rendon, good piece of hitting off Bryce Miller.
Yes, and again, the Mariners are really have to get going here if they're going to make the playoffs. And the way the Astros are pitching right now, that makes it even harder.
Big story in the East. The Yankees lead down to a half game. Cleveland's lead 3.5. The Houston lead 5.5. Keep in mind, the Red Sox will be at Citi Field for 3 beginning tomorrow. Yankees, Cubs at Wrigley. Guardians, Dodgers, and SoCal, 2 gigantic series next weekend. Well, the race for the postseason is on. You can stream every out-of-market major league game. Now available for $29.99. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Head to MLB.tv for details. Happy birthday to the young Philly fanatic fan. It's going to be a great scene in Philadelphia tonight. Everybody chasing Bryce Harper and the Phils in a crowded National League East.
A beard that doesn't itch. Is you using King C Gillette on that thing? King C Gillette. Look, this Beard Trimmer Pro's got 40 length settings. And this beard oil, one of GQ's best beard conditioners for soft, no-itch facial hair. The best a man can get is King C Gillette.
Wendy's has new saucy nugs. And if Wendy's found a way to make their nugs even better, anything is sauceable! For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's.
We got paid to be losers with Healthy Wage.
I found Healthy Wage, and I was like, I want to win money and lose weight.
I think Healthy Wage is just a really good platform.
You know what I don't
make
get?
some money and lose some weight.
I'm gonna tell you
Set
this.
a goal,
Hold
lose
on.
weight,
Let me turn
and
this.
return investment on yourself.
This is
I
valuable.
already wanted to lose weight.
You know, content creators always ask people to like, share, and subscribe. I was just leaving a message on whoever this person was, Jericho Broadcast Network. Now, this guy, I told him that FAMU was overrated. And I mean it. They overrated. They barely winning. A mistake here, 2 or there, they would be 0-2. The guy tells me, oh, you felt good saying it in all caps because FAMU overrated? Yeah, they overrated. So when I responded again, the guy told me that I couldn't leave comments on his page or whatever. Bruh, we talking football. We trash talking. I don't get that. Don't ask for people to like your stuff. Y'all can say whatever the hell you want to in the comments. I'm going to crack up and laugh. It's comments. But for you to sit there and do that, hey, man, I ain't got no respect for you, bro. It is what it is, man. Back to our regular scheduled program.
This season, Major League Baseball is partnering with T-Mobile to take the fan experience to the next level. From seamless stadium entry powered by T-Mobile's 5G network during All-Star Week to testing new balls and strikes technology that makes every call the right call. Plus, with Magenta Status, T-Mobile customers score exclusive fan benefits. Swing into the future with T-Mobile, the exclusive 5G innovation partner of MLB.
Man, I've seen things you wouldn't believe. But this I have not seen. You know, nothing phases me, man. Nothing. But these guys got me phased. Now, this game found another gear. Think you've seen this before? Keep watching.
If there's a chance for what you hope for and you dream for and plan for, how can you stand for?
Basketball is a very physical sport. I get a lot of marks throughout the season.
End of August, early September.
It's a sign of hard work. You gotta push yourself to the limit.
I won't be surprised if this game
body
is
is
not
not a sign of failure. It's a step towards improvement.
Movement leaves marks. Your antiperspirant shouldn't.
Degree Ultra Clear. Non-stop protection against white marks.
A Chewy order is on the way for Cash, everyone's favorite employee at Bill's Bodega, where Bill uses Chewy to keep Cash hard at work, toys to keep his instincts sharp, food so he won't snack on the inventory, even a new collar to let everyone know who's boss. And with Chewy's low prices, Bill's left with more cash to spend on Cash. For low prices and fast shipping, for life with pets, there's Chewy.
Back on baseball tonight. Now time for pregame predictions brought to you by ESPN Bet, the official sportsbook of ESPN. You may consider taking Marcell Ozuna to homer tonight at plus 200. In his career, Ozuna's hit 4 home runs off Aaron Nola. That's tied for his third most against any individual pitcher. You may also consider taking the over of 8.5 runs scored at plus 105. In 6 games at the bank this season, the Braves and Phillies have combined to score 58 runs for an average of 9.7 runs per game. And lastly, how about Spencer Schwellenbach to record over 5.5 strikeouts and the Braves to win at plus 160. Schwellenbach leads all starters in strikeouts per 9 since the All-Star break, with Atlanta winning 4 of his last 6 starts. ESPN Bet is the official sportsbook of ESPN and the only place to find exclusive offers from your favorite ESPN shows and personalities. New players can get their first bet on tonight's game insured up to $1,000 in bonus bets. If your first bet doesn't win, download the ESPN Bet app today. What a play. What a great scene in Philadelphia. Young fans and old in the house tonight for what should be a great matchup between the Braves and Phillies in the NL East. Playoff implications all over this one. The Phillies have not hit the Braves over the last 8 games, only 17 runs. Speaking of struggling, Kyle Schwarber has not homered in 66 at-bats. Bryce Harper hits third, just played in his 700th game as a Philly on Friday night. For the first time in the show, we bring in our pal Buster Olney from Citizens Bank Ballpark in Philly. Buster, Aaron Nola coming off 3 really good starts in a row here. It's kind of been more of the old Aaron Nola. What's sort of been behind this resurgence?
Yeah, of course, it's a breaking ball and his use of the fastball. Look, he's the ultimate plow horse among starting pitchers in baseball. Kevin, you remember last offseason when the Atlanta Braves went into free agency, their number one target was Aaron Nola. And their feeling was, look, we're going to take a run at him. He probably will re-sign with Philadelphia in the end. The Braves thought would eventually pay him. But even if we don't get him, we can push up the price. The Phillies did pay him. He comes back to Philadelphia. He's having a typical Aaron Nola year, 12-6 with a 3.30 ERA.
Dynamite last time out against the Astros, Buster, and we mentioned Bryce Harper. He's going to wear the mic tonight. I talked about the fact 700th career game as a member of the Philadelphia Phillies. Injured or not, he is a fixture in that lineup.
Yeah, and it's now been 81 plate appearances since his last home run. He talked to reporters the other day about having these nagging injuries. He dove for a ground ball back in May. Since then, his wrist hasn't been 100% right. His elbow hasn't been 100% right. But, hey, as Rob Thompson said, once you get to this time of year, everybody's dealing with something. And they are beginning to lock in the Phillies into a postseason mode. Last week, Rob talked to his players and said, look, we have to start doing postseason type things, having postseason type at bats. Saw a lot of nods around the room. So the Phillies are hoping to get rolling here as we get into September.
And certainly they are built for this time of the year. Buster, stand by as we run through the Braves starting lineup tonight. Michael Harris, Jorge Soler off the top. Marcell Ozuna enters play, top 2 in the NL in all 3 Triple Crown categories, as did Aaron Judge today. It's just the second season since 1960 that's happened in September or later. By the way, Matt Olson has really hit well in this ballpark. And then, Buster, Spencer Schwellenbach will get the start tonight for Atlanta. He's come a long way in a short time, and they are awfully excited about this young pitcher.
Yeah, Kevin, this is someone who was drafted in the second round in 2021, having mostly played shortstop in college. And they knew when they drafted him that they were going to have him have Tommy John surgery. What's been remarkable is, since being drafted and since recovering from Tommy John surgery, his quick development in the minor leagues into a really an excellent major league pitcher. Just 110 innings in the minor leagues, but he has excellent command. That's why the Braves think he's ascended so quickly. He throws 6 different type of pitches.
Of course, the unmistakable story for Atlanta this season is the number of injuries they've had, and to superstar players, Acuna and Riley and Albies and Strider. Buster, how in the world are they still right there in the wild card?
Because of the cast sauce that they picked up, who helped fill in different spots. Look, Ramon Laureano was waived by the Cleveland Guardians release. They picked him up. Whit Merrifield has come in here and done a great job.
Hey, once the football game come back on, I'll let y'all know. This is just boring. So if the football game does come back on tonight, I will go back live. You can watch the game live stream. Not like them other networks where you can only listen to the radio and all that other stuff. So come back once the game go back live. I will live stream it. And until then, y'all have a good night. Check back. Make sure the game is live. I don't play no jive turkey shit. That shit was boring. Have a good night. And I will see y'all if it comes back live.